Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. Y'all gotta know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, some very significant news in the world of boxing. We got some people, some high profile boxers. We'll just call it that. Like in every sport, there's some real good ones and you know them. They're a little bit more famous than the other ones and you know them. So one of them right now is Teofimo Lopez, former unified champion at 135 pounds, champion in 140 pounds. Very good fighter. I would call him a very good fighter. Not higher than that because he doesn't set himself apart. He has some significant wins, Teofimo Lopez, when you're talking about his win over Vasily Lomachenko. That's a very significant win. A very significant win over Josh Taylor at 140 pounds, right? And, but there's a lot of things. There's no separation in fights. Like of late, Claggart fight was too close. He lost basically Jermaine Ortiz and was gifted that fight. And I think he lost against Sandor Martin. And it's really unfortunate for those fighters. But still, Teofimo Lopez is considered to be very good and one of the top draws in boxing. This is where it gets tricky. A lot of times the world of boxing, you guys know what I think about it, is BTBG. And we would like to have people that are not of color be cash cows and earning a lot. Well, Teofimo Lopez had one of these moments, because he'll talk. And he's like, he's certain things you're not supposed to say. And he's come out and just said recently that he hasn't made $1 million for a fight yet. And that's pretty telling when you fought a Josh Taylor and when you fought a Vasily Lomachenko, right? And after beating Vasily Lomachenko, fighting Kambosos, right, in your first, the fight where you're defending your titles, you would think, hey, a title defense is worth $1 million. So that's significant information. Seeing as though Teofimo Lopez definitely would have got more than $1 million for fighting Devin Haney for Undisputed. Not just recently what he's been offered from Turkey Alasheh. He was offered a whole lot of money there. We're talking over $10 million for that. You hear anywhere between $10 and $20 million for that fight. And he was offered for Devin Haney back then 4 or 5, right? So, there you have it. Because Devin Haney is considered someone who's not a draw. And Devin Haney's been earning $1 million for years now. He's right around 4 or 5 per fight, if not more. So there you have it for the people that the boxing world would tell you who's not a draw and doesn't earn money, and Devin Haney, then he's earning way more than Teofimo Lopez. Now, for the mainstream media, that's not what they're telling you. Matter of fact, Devin Haney earns more than Vasily Lomachenko. But you wouldn't think that now, would you? You see what I'm saying? So those are the things that we're trying to say. My point about Teofimo Lopez is this. You would have made more money fighting Devin Haney. You would have made more money fighting Gervonta Davis. You would have made more money fighting Shakur Stevenson. And so, bottom line is, it's his fault. Teofimo Lopez has turned down a lot of good fights. But I understand why. Because he understands what his ceiling is. You can play the public in saying, hey, well, I fight down to the level of my opponent. But Jermaine Ortiz is not fighting down to a level. Jermaine Ortiz is just as good as Teofimo Lopez, if not better. And so is Sandor Martin. It's just, they don't have the hype behind them. If they fought again, you'd have the same scenario. That's why they haven't fought again. There's reasons. Like, wait a minute, I ain't fighting no damn Jermaine Ortiz in a rematch because something similar going to happen. I ain't fighting no Sandor Martin in no rematch because something similar going to happen. What I'd rather do is go out here and call out people that's going to ignore me, like Terrence Crawford. Like, you can't have close fights or losses against those people and talk about Terrence Crawford. That fight's not going to sell at all. No one believes that he has a chance. So therefore, I call him out. Sounds cool. Now, we know that Teofimo Lopez of late has come out, and everybody in the boxing realm understands he's called a couple of guys monkeys, black guys. I think it's Gervonta Davis and Terrence Crawford. These are the things him and his family do. But the bottom line is the last 8 to 10 years in New Russia, calling it America, you've had a guy like Trump in the public eye, being president of the United States. Then that generation has been from 15 to 22 years old now, or for 17 to 26 years old. They have been contaminated with, we can act a damn fool, we can say things against minorities, and we will get ahead in life. And that's what that, politics filter down into society. People, you can be despicable and get ahead. And when you see in the Ryan Garcias of the world, he's being sued because he was doped. The guy who lost that fight because another one was doped and overweight and went in on racial rants on every race that ain't his, right? This guy is being celebrated. The guy who's suing so we can get some justice in boxing is being called soft. You see what I'm saying? You should settle in the ring. Well, no, the guy should settle in the ring and come in how it's, obey the law. He should settle in the ring. Ryan Garcia should be like, let's fight at this weight. I ain't gonna be doped. And matter of fact, I'm broke now because I done had to pay money for cheating. That's why we call it cheating. That's why we call it performance enhancing drugs. But hey, at the end of the day, it happened to a person of color. BTBG, beat the black guy. No one gives a damn. I'm going to wake up George Floyd and kill him again. That can only be said to a black dude. And, in the blacks, in the culture, unfortunately, we have those house niggas. Boss, we only get whipped one time a week here. But on the Walker plantation, they get whipped every day. We have it so good here, boss. It's a whole lot of them. And it's really contaminated the culture. You got to have integrity, period. Hey, bad audio, low visual, low audio, but high integrity here. So here's the bottom line. Teofimo Lopez, whatever if he's only made $1 million. Fight some hard fights. Get your money while you're doing it. Get your stuff together, right? And come out and fight. And you'll get your money if you fight some pretty decent fights. It's really that simple. And the people that are, fans of this guy, get him right. It's not a problem. You're not soft if you like justice or if you like to be positive, if you like to be a good person. Don't have to be soft to be a good person. Don't let people tell you that. Get it together, y'all. Dome Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm about to hear y'all.